Hello. Apparently,
Hello.
I forgot to hook up my camera again. Give me a moment.
Okay. There you are.
Yep.
Art, art's somewhere. There's art.
Hi there.
Howdy.
Greetings.
How you doing?
Pretty
Doing
good.
well.
Anything new going on? Anybody?
I'm still setting up here, so
I I guess today was the day that Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch. Oops, that was the wrong button. Turned off all the lights. The Nintendo Switch 2. I know you both really care greatly about that particular thing.
your first clue was
Wow. I don't really think either one of you play a whole lot of video games.
nope.
That was my day though. Today was just watching all the people talk about it. So,
Okay.
and then, last week we were talking about penguins and whatever.
Yeah.
So of course I had to 3D print a
Oh,
penguin.
wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it
Tur-
is.
Turned out really well. It really did.
Yeah. Got the eyes right and everything else.
That was if it was just a single color, it was an hour and 20 minutes print time. But because it changed colors a lot, it was closer to 6.5 hours to print
Ooh,
that little tiny thing.
Oh, man.
It was changing every layer, every single layer. It changed colors at least once, and in some cases, two or three times.
that's rough.
Yeah. So I'm not praying another one of those. And he can just sit there and oversee everything that's going on.
Well, it was a really nice job. I mean,
Yeah. No, it turned out really well. It's just it took
took a long time, huh?
and I don't really know how much filament it wasted, but each time it changes filament, it has to purge what was there first. So,
Yeah.
it retracts the old filament, but that still leaves some filament inside the hot end. So it has to purge that, which also means that it's purging good filament, new filament, because it doesn't really know how much to purge. It just has a set amount. So, and then it goes over and sweeps the thing, and then it goes to the wiping tower, puts some filament over, and then it goes back and purges more filament. It's a very bizarre. I'm not real sure why it purges filament twice, but it does.
Okay.
And I that's one of the settings I've actually looked for, and I can't find it. I can't figure out how to make it not purge twice. I'm sure there's a setting somewhere, but I can't find it. But that's all I know.
Been there.
And I did actually Google once how to do that, how to turn that off. And of course, since Orca isn't officially supported, or semi officially supported for this printer, they don't really tell you much. They just tell you how to make Orca work for it. So,
So it's an undocumented feature.
oh, I'm sure somebody's figured it out. It just wasn't me. I am now starting to get I've had AT&T wireless, basically 5G internet for a few months now. I'm starting to get promo emails from AT&T. Buy the iPhone, buy this. You can get a really good deal. Of course, Spectrum did the same thing, but it's like everybody wants to upsell.
Well, that's how they make money.
I
So,
don't think I've gotten an email from Cincinnati Bell or Alta Fiber or Zoomtown in 5 years.
yeah.
I mean, I get a notice that they're going to take money out of my account to pay for my connection, but that's it. I mm, I really, really like CBT, Alta Fiber, whatever.
If 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 I could have gotten it up here, I would have gone that route, but I can't get it, so um the Spectrum was okay about if there was an outage or something, and AT&T seems like they're all right. But the weirdest thing is, I mean, they send you email, and if you're without internet, how are you getting the email?
Yeah.
So, but I've gotten email from both of those companies that basically say, we're sorry for the outage or whatever, or there was an outage at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I know I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Why I went to bed.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get anything done. So, you know, and I don't really, Spectrum, it was rare for my IP address to actually change. Um, AT&T I don't know, it seems like every couple of days they rotate IPs around and they drop the connection for a couple seconds and bring it back up and you get a different IP address. Which I'm sure that has something to do with, you know, the available IPs on the 5G or whatever. But it just seems weird to me it that they do that as often as it happens. It happens a lot. So
Well, I'm pretty happy with Alta Fiber. One of the things that happened when I was using Spectrum is periodically if a salesperson would call and attempt to sell me the same service I already had. And I said, I'm already a customer. Oh, gee. So, uh,
When I had Spectrum and they'd call me, I talked with them. I got an hour and 20 minutes one time. I hate Spectrum so bad. I wanted to absorb as much of their time as I could.
well, yeah. Well,
Well,
I'm pretty happy with Alta Fiber.
the uh, the apartment complex has its own Spectrum rep that, when you first move in or whatever, he will call you up and explain all the benefits to Spectrum. And he has to be making a commission off the sale or something. But it, it, he I've talked to him twice, and then I just kind of bypassed him and went straight to the company and started talking to the company. So, because it always seemed like if I had some issue or something and I tried to talk to him, he was just calling the company up and telling them he was just some rep that probably was working from his kitchen table. But yeah, I I'm pretty happy with AT&T. AT&T, it's different, but they provide what they say they're going to provide. So
So, what is your actual observed upload and download speed?
it kind of depends on the time of day. But I'm getting anywhere between 20 and 130 down,
Upload or download?
down, and it's somewhere around 20 usually for the upside.
So it's asymmetric then. Because one of the things I like about Alta Fiber is that the Alta Fiber I have is symmetric.
Yeah.
So I see, oh, maybe 400 or 500 up and 400 or 500 down. In my case, it's all limited by by my hardware, not by their equipment,
Right.
not by their feed.
Well, I just ran speed tests on my other machine, and it says I'm getting 275 down, but I'm only getting, ugh, it's pretty sad for the up right now. It's only right around 8 to 10 for the up.
Yeah, that is definitely. Um,
That's pretty sad, and that's not typical. I'm usually getting better upload speeds than that, so maybe because I'm streaming, maybe Patty's watching TV or something. I don't know. Oh, 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 what does Steve have? What does Steve have? Steve has fast internet.
Very.
Wow.
I really, really, really like the delay number.
Huh? Delay number. Yeah.
3 milliseconds is the max that I get practically any time. Um,
Well, every time that I have ever connected to your network and downloaded a file, it shows up like fast. I have never downloaded files as fast as coming from your house. Right. Yeah. See, my speed dropped a little bit. I just ran it again. It didn't drop much, but it a noticeable drop, 235 versus the 275. But my up went up. My upload speed is closer to the 20 now. 17. So, um, that was one thing. AT&T doesn't really give you a guaranteed speed. Um, it's going to be faster than most things, but their little disclaimer thing says based on time and date and how many people are connected and all that. So they don't really give you a guarantee. So, um, but I was paying for 300 from Spectrum, and to get anywhere close to that from AT&T, I'm perfectly happy. Yeah.
on that thing of mine, I've got stuff going back to 2017 in that format, year dash month dash speed test.png. You can,
Well,
I've been running that script that does the testing for a long, long time. Um, there's even like the notes in there tested using Sindra Sarhas's fast CLI. That changed in 2022, I think. I used to use a different thing and it was given unreliable results. Um, oh yeah. Ew, that's ugly. So I'm looking at 2022-06 speed test and my download speed was just all over the place. It has gotten much, much smoother, but this was,
oh yeah, that's all over the place.
I mean, but it was always good. I mean, reasonably so.
Yeah.
Um, and that was using speedtest.net, which is why the original image was from speedtest. But every time it would make the connection, since so many other people were using it, might be bouncing all over the place.
Right. Fast.com says that I'm at 290 down.
Yeah, that's what I'm using now. That fast dash CLI
Yeah.
reads from that.
It's it's got me at 19 up, so I they Oh, and fast.com had me connected to a server in Los Angeles. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's curious.
Well, like my IP address says that I'm in LA right now.
I'd have issues with that, but
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I have tried to figure out, but because the IP address rotates so much, I guess if you set your location, see what I've read is the end user has to go in and tell the IP locator services where you are, but because my IP address rotates so much, I'm getting a random IP from wherever. It somebody may have set it for LA, and now if I go in and I change it to Franklin, Ohio or Middletown, Ohio or whatever, when
yeah.
it rotates, then somebody will get that IP and I will get a new one and I'll have to change it again. So,
So I'm on the work laptop right now, and it says my connection is 120 megabits per second, um, with 15 millisecond delay and an upload of 260, which is odd. Um, Also says I'm in Chicago, so it's going through the Works VPN.
uh, the VPN's slowing it down.
Yeah, and it's not a thing I can turn off on this thing.
Well, speed test had my latency pretty low, but fast has my latency at 79 megaseconds or microseconds or whatever that is. It's probably micro, it's M, but lowercase. But again, I'm connecting to a server in LA, so I guess that's not horrible. Connecting halfway around the world.
Well, not quite.
No, no. All the way across the United States, so yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, my latency just got worse. It's not bad. I I mean I've been pretty happy with AT&T. I've taken their big egg-shaped router thing and I've moved it around the house, and the place that I had it at the first time seems to be the best spot in the house. So I took it out into the front room where I think is closer to the 5G router, and it completely lost connection completely. So I'm like,
Really?
yeah, it sat there and tried to connect for 20 minutes or so, and I'm like, okay, you're just going to go back on the little shelf that you were on, because at least you're connected. And I think I got lucky by just pure luck sitting it there the first time I ever used it, and it works. I have uh I have heard other people that have, the 4G and 5G internet connections who aren't so lucky about getting good speeds, and they have moved their routers around in their house and have found better spots where they get better connection speeds. So that is a thing. It acts just like a cell phone.
Excuse me. Hmm.
Hmm.
Beep beep beep. Uh, uh, uh.
Is that coming through?
I heard a beep beep beep.
Yeah, I think that's
There it goes.
I
yep.
heard it.
My CGM is coming up on time to change out the sensor. I think I've got until 9 o'clock tonight, something like that, to do it. So Vicente appears to be in the wings there.
He, well, yeah.
He's okay.
There he is.
Ah, there he is.
Hello,
Hi there.
right. We have 7 minutes before the launch of the Starship
Oh,
7.
okay.
I have it in my other screen. Will be interesting.
So that's occurring right now?
Yeah. This is massive. I will share my screen when in a T minus 1 minute or so. What's going on?
Nothing.
I am working with RISC-V microcontroller in assembler. I'm going crazy. Assemble. How is everything?
Fine here.
You are in California, Art.
I am in California.
Okay, nice weather. You are far from Los Angeles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're 400 or 500 miles from Los Angeles.
Okay. Crazy. Crazy fires.
Yeah, we have thus far, knock wood, we've not even had any air quality issue as a result of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so that could change if the wind changes, but right now we're enjoying relatively clear air.
So what's different with Flight 7 or Starship 7?
They are trying different stuff. They will try to release 10 dummy satellites,
Okay.
but bigger than the Starlink, huge, because they are planning to use apart from internet, they want to connect with the phones of
Mm-hmm.
people. So you will have phones, lines, and internet everywhere in the planet. So they have a slot in the ship to release the satellites.
Yeah.
Another thing, they are trying different techniques for the heat shields. They will use different materials in different parts, and I think they are trying to use the bar metal with a under flow of fuel to heat down the metal, to cool the metal using gas or liquid flowing under the sheet. They trying to figure out how to maintain the ship reusable after
Uh-huh.
the entrance, after the re-entrance, because the heat is insane. It's too much heat. They want to reuse the ship immediately, you know. So the idea is that the minimum damage to the surface of the ship. We have 3 minutes for lunch. Bezos from Amazon, Blue Origin also is trying to launch the rocket, but they failed twice. I don't know what happened. Some technical problems.
Well, they scrubbed it at the last minute.
Yeah, but twice. The last 2 nights happens. I was awake at 3 in the morning or so, but didn't work. I can share the screen and continue talking.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to share the screen.
Yeah, here's T minus 2 minutes. This is the everyday astronaut guy,
Oh,
you know.
okay. NASA space flight has it at 1 minute and 25 seconds.
Maybe I am not.
That's all right. He's
Okay.
got
Now it's okay.
Can you post the link to that?
Okay, better because you can have sound. Share link, and here where is the chat? There we go.
I put
You see the link or not?
you've got that's weird. We got 9.
Well, search for everyday astronaut in YouTube.
But he's got a different view too. It's interesting. There it goes.
7 seconds. 6, 5, 4.
I see it. It's
Okay,
already taken off on mine.
this is massive. Okay, explosion.
Yours is delayed then, right?
Vicente's living in an alternate reality.
Wow. Wow.
They lost it. There it is.
It's flying.
It's up there. Looks like all the engines are working and everything.
Your health is your biggest asset. Find Anthem Blue Cross plans starting at $0 a month.
SpaceX. They usually have the speed, altitude, all the parameters in the screen.
Yeah, I don't see any of that.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. Now I'm seeing some of the parameters.
But in another video,
No,
another
no, that link that I posted,
okay.
they switched to the onboard camera, and now you've got some parameters. And there it goes. Bye. Okay, are they going to be able to catch it? Is that what they're?
Okay, they are 84 kilometers up. They will try to catch the buster. It's coming.
This looks like, at least from this angle, it looks like it's much better than the other time that they doesn't look like it caught fire or anything. I think that was, which one was it that they caught the booster the first time? That's 5 or 6.
Two busters ago, the 5, right? The last one no doesn't. They throw it in the water.
Okay. So I watched them catch the first one, and it looked like it had caught fire or whatever, but they caught it. This one looks like it's doing a lot better.
Um, The booster is 60 kilometers and going down almost a kilometer per second, going down.
Yeah, it looks like it's doing a lot better. That's kind of impressive.
49, 46. It's falling. Run for your life. It's coming.
Here it goes.
27 kilometers.
And they just relit the burners. Oh, 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 oh. They're going to do it. It's going to catch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Wow. Oh my God.
I'm
Oh
impressed.
my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think you're still
Wow.
I think
My
you're
God.
still behind.
Wow.
I've already seen it.
Wow. Wow. Crazy.
That is whatever they have done to the heat shield on that.
Wow. Wow.
They
Huh?
they have massively improved the heat shield or something.
No, the heat shield is in the other part. Is the other part. Is the
Well,
it's not this
the
thing.
last one looked like the booster had started to burn up though. This one doesn't look
It's
like the
clean.
booster.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely perfect. Oh my God.
They have massively improved that. Oh, and they're up.
Wow. 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 Now they can fill it up again and use it again. Wow.
What's the turnaround time supposed to be?
Well, now it's several days, but they are planning to have a couple of hours to make it really, really fast.
Yeah.
So they can have another starship ready and put over the booster and go again up.
That's an impressive sight. That actually is. That's
Amazing. Wow. Wow, wow.
I'm kind of lost for words. Let's see. I want to see Starship. I don't care about the booster anymore. Show me Starship.
Okay. Starship, check.
I want to see if they could pull off any of the other stuff that they said they wanted to do.
I am suffering trying to program this thing because there is not too much information in the web. Actually, the chip is not easy to find, you know.
I started playing with my little roller 485s again.
Okay.
I wanted to mount them to something, and turns out,
to move it.
yeah, so that they didn't move around. Turns out the holes don't quite work on Legos. They are Lego compatible, but um the there's no extra spaces, so you can't just stick them onto a brick. Your bricks have to stick out.
I bought in Amazon this old school to remove
Chip
the
puller.
chips.
I've got one of those somewhere. When I was
I
yeah,
had a lot in my other house, but I used to use a flat screwdriver and try to go around. But this thing is
yeah.
nice in the body of the chip. It's better.
When I was programming a lot of Arduino stuff, I would pull the chips and pop a new chip in. So I bought that because I kept bending pins with a little flat screwdriver.
Now they are surface mount.
It's hard to find those as called a chip puller anymore. Now they call them a key switch
No,
puller.
no, but you can you have
Oh,
like 10 different models in Amazon.
Mhm.
I bought two for I don't know $5 free delivery, two by five.
I think I've found mine on eBay, but that was a while ago. I mean,
But Amazon has them.
yeah. Of course, they're all shipped from China now, but they're all over eBay. Yep.
But there are a lot of brands, and you can buy three by $6.99. You have different versions. You can buy this kit by $9.49. So look at this. You can have
A
one, two,
lifetime
three,
supply.
four, five, 10 by $13.49. And you can choose the color. They have all the colors you want.
I, I,
Oh my God, this is crazy.
I want to say I didn't spend very much on mine, like a couple of bucks, I think.
Purple, blue. Oh my God. But they are showing them with a surface mount chip. It's not for that. So this is the huge version. This is a good one, but it's no chip. This you can have this for 10 of the 10 by for 23. There are cheaper options. This is a bench to strainer for the chip.
Yeah.
I've got one of those somewhere.
I stuck it back in a socket to straighten the pins out. That seemed to work.
Have you tried these things? You put a diode, a resistor, a transistor, whatever you insert, it tells you what it is and the parameters. It's really nice. This is a fancy version because you can buy it by $6 or so. This is a transistor tester. I think that AliExpress has them, but really cheap. Mm.
I
Can remove it to be more generic. I have this one.
okay.
It's the same thing in different package. No,
Go-
cheaper.
Go back a page.
But
Yeah, go back to your
The
search.
previous tab.
The previous tab,
Yeah.
yeah.
but okay, let me here. This one?
I think I've got one. There's one up there in the upper right hand corner for $6
This
and
one.
yeah, I think I've got
I
one
have
like
this
that.
also. I have it also, yeah. This is
Yeah.
the cheaper one.
I made one once. I don't know what happened to it.
Mhm.
Had a little OLED screen on it and little connectors. And
Nice.
I think it had a Arduino Nano on it.
No, just the 80 mega, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's very simple thing.
Yeah, the one I made, I think I had a Nano stuck on it.
You can have this with a little box for 10 in two colors. So
That's not bad. $10. Comes with wires.
it's 40 for everyone.
Yeah.
Cheaper and cheaper. How is going our ship?
They're still talking about the booster.
What happened with the Starship? They lose the feeding, the video.
No, all I've seen them do is talk about this booster for
Maybe they are no showing because some trade secret or something. Mm.
they're teasing us.
Mhm. No, people are commenting like crazy. You see this area here?
Yep.
It's like three comments by second or more. You can't stop it. Yeah, yeah. There are 133,000 people watching now.
The stream I'm watching has 97,000 people watching.
Mm.
And it's definitely a different view. That's just wild.
No, because they have different cameras. This is a camera in the hotel where they are transmitting,
Okay.
and NASA, I think SpaceX have different cameras, but they will release the video later, I think.
Yeah, this stream I'm watching has 4 different camera views.
Okay.
Right now, they're showing 4 different
This is
camera views.
NASA space flight, right?
Yep. I put a link in the thing.
So yeah, but it's
It might actually just be three different camera views. Oh, you've got a commercial.
advertisement, yeah, all the time. No, when you get it,
There you go.
this is
But I don't want to watch the booster. I want to see Starship. I ordered. Share my screen. I ordered a couple of these ESP32 geeks.
what they do.
I don't know. I found them on AliExpress way cheaper than
Okay.
the Wave Share. They've got
This is
I2C
on a
port.
screen, a color screen.
Do what? Color screen, yeah.
Yeah. And
They've got the I2C port, they've got a GPIO port, and they've got a UART port. Unfortunately, they're using those tiny little connectors. And then it's got SD card,
okay.
and the screen, and an ESP32S3. Should be pretty interesting to play with. And I didn't realize that it was a WaveShare device.
Interesting. Okay.
I found them on AliExpress for $8 a piece, I think. So I bought a
Wow.
couple of them.
With the case.
Yeah, just like that. Just like this picture here. But I didn't realize that WaveShare made them. So now I feel happier.
I don't like the dongle thing, you know. I rather want a USB cable with a USB-C.
Yeah.
It's easy to manage.
Well, it's just it's the same microcontroller in a different form factor.
I finally I bought the C3s. You remember? They arrived. Uh,
It does say WaveShare on it. Interesting. I just completely missed it.
see this. This is the OLED.
Okay. Oh yeah, the little thing.
Yeah. Much light, right?
Oh, too much light. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
tiny.
Have you tried one yet?
No, I just opening it. See,
Yep.
it is an OLED display, but really tiny. It comes in this little box, little plastic thing.
How many
Like
of those did
you
you buy?
two. I usually buy two each.
One of mine, the glue on the back of the OLED came loose, and I can't get it to stick quite right. I'm just going to drop a stick of super glue on it, I think.
Okay, I will try to check that. I will check that, and I can use the UV glue. You know, it's very easy to apply,
Yeah.
and and it dries in seconds when you use an UV lamp.
Oh, yeah.
It's another model without the OLED. It's cheaper. This is
Yeah. I've got one of those too,
okay.
without the OLED, and then the one with the LED matrix.
This is a pixels. How you call the neopixels or
Yeah.
RGB stuff? Neopixels. Okay. This one is single side, you know? There is nothing in the bottom. Wow, really, really tiny.
And fast.
This is a RISC computer also.
Yep.
You can program in assembly. You want. You are crazy.
So is that a teeny tiny little LCD or?
No, it's an OLED.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
It's all OLED. Yeah.
And it's bouncing around in there. It says "Hello World," bouncing all over the place. Hello World.
You can read it. You are too close.
No, it's too bright. Can't see it.
You don't have enough contrast.
Can you change the intensity or not? No.
Maybe. This one's got a little.
I think you can.
This one's got a little bear and a little MP3 demo running, but you see how bright it is?
Yeah.
It's just way too bright.
Okay, I can see you folks. Can you see me?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see
Yes.
you.
I didn't ask if you wanted to see me. I asked if you could see me.
Yes.
We were seeing the Starship launch. Was amazing. They catch the booster of the rocket.
That is an amazing technology as opposed to exploding it on the launch pad.
Okay. Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah, catching it, that's pretty impressive,
Yeah,
especially
very,
the second time around.
yeah, very smooth and no fire and no problems whatsoever. Perfect.
But I'm still wanting to see Starship. What Starship's doing.
Where is it? I don't know. They are not
Yeah,
showing.
they focused on the booster, not on Starship.
Yeah.
No, but they usually have cameras everywhere. Maybe they don't want us to know what is going on.
Now, you're talking about the one from Boeing.
No,
No,
no, no.
no.
No, this is SpaceX.
SpaceX.
Well, I knew that for the
Okay.
booster, but I thought the capsule that returned empty was what you were talking about, whether they had disclosed what the problems were with it.
Oh,
Look this one. Share screen. Look, this is the booster.
Okay.
Let me go back to show you.
Well, I I I understand about the booster, and I remember it being caught, but I thought you were
But
discussing the problems with the capsule. I'm sorry, I was confused.
what was caught today, 10 minutes ago, again.
yeah. About a
Yep.
half hour ago.
Well, I just walked in from outside. My computer is in between cases, and so I'm doing this on the telephone for the first time, and
Oh,
everything is different.
yes. The whole thing is it's definitely different on the telephone. Um. So
Look at this.
what do you have that was
This is this
showed up as
was today.
spam? Look at this is just impressive.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
this was today. Mhm.
That went a lot smoother than the first time they tried it.
Yeah,
First time they caught it too, but this one was so smooth
yeah,
and no fires.
yeah.
yes, very impressive.
Amazing.
So what was this board or something that you've got? Because I
Okay,
it
I
ended
have
up
to.
in the spam thing for me, so I don't know how
Okay,
many people saw it.
um, as I said, I'm in between cases, so I can't look at anything that I have
In
sent
between
you.
cases, you are naked. Naked.
Uh, I'm transferring from one ATX case to another ATX case because the USBs on one case have broken down, and whenever I plug it in, they're not very stable. So
Okay.
I had planned on having that done by now, but I didn't get it done. What Leroy is talking about is a motherboard and processor that I posted if anybody was interested. When I originally got it, it was in an ATX case and it would not boot. And so I kept reading through the manual on it. And on page about 178, they said, this is the jumper to reset the real time clock. And it can either be on pins 1 and 2 or on pins 2 and 3. And then down below, they had a little note that said, if you do not have a jumper on there, the system will not boot. And this is like one small line out of this entire manual that they have this note that it won't boot. So I look on the motherboard and there is no jumper.
There's no jumper.
So I scrounge around, get a jumper, put it on there, and the system boots fine. And now it's giving me an error that the memory's no good. So I take the memory out of that machine, put it in another machine, and no, it's 16 gigabytes and it's fine. So I've got to go through and get a contact cleaner and wash all the slots out. Anyway, it's a fairly nice motherboard and processor on a machine I don't need. I've already got enough machines. I didn't know whether anybody was interested. So it'll have a case, motherboard, processor, and memory, DDR3.
Fine.
Well, if nobody else wants it, I'll I don't know what I'll do with it, but I will find something to do with it.
Well, I'm going to fart around with it some more, washing out the DRAM slots and with contact cleaner, and see if I can get it to recognize that. This motherboard has a feature on it that it will go through individual memory sticks and look at the timing and the characterization on them, and tune the board to use them and to make the thing work the best. It looks like it's about a, I don't know, 12-year-old, 10-year-old board, but it still has significant value according to the Amazon folks and eBay folks. If anyone is interested, and you might be, I'll bring it to our next in-person meeting.
Well,
I have much stuff
I'll give
around.
everybody else first grab at it, but if nobody grabs it, I'll grab it. I'll take it.
Well, in the process of doing this, I found out I've got 8 extra hard drives and like 9 optical drives. So I've got to sort through those and figure out which of those. There's 180 gig. I know that's bound for the trash, but there's a couple of 1 terabyte drives in there that might be of value. So
My I've got a machine that I used to play StarCraft on. That machine's just been sitting forever, and I know what's wrong with it. I just don't want to fix it. It's probably easier for me to get a second machine that actually works and just pull the hard drive and stick the hard drive into it. So, but
I just hate to see something that's workable end up in landfill.
Yeah.
And it's just my nature.
No, I understand. Yeah. Like I said, I'll give anybody first grabs at it, but if no one grabs it before we see each other in February, then I'll take it.
Okay.
So
it'll have a power supply, motherboard, chip, memory, and a case.
sounds good.
If you need a keyboard, I doubt that you do. I could probably bring that too.
Keyboards are not the problem. Hard drives aren't the problem. space for more stuff. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've got, like I said, I've got possibly a use for it, even though I'm not even sure that the StarCraft servers are still online anywhere. So I'm not sure I could even still play that game.
Yep. StarCraft is still there.
Is it? That's cool. The original StarCraft or that new thing?
StarCraft 2.
Yeah. I picked up StarCraft 2 from an auction for $5.
Mm.
I remember sitting at the shop with my partner. We'd be in two separate rooms, and we start up a StarCraft section while we were sitting there waiting for computers to finish doing whatever it was they were doing, and just start going. So, so I think there's a way to play on a LAN, like a LAN deal, without using one of their servers. So that'll be fun. SpaceX. They were moving something. Did you see what they were moving, Vicente? Some big thing
Where?
on that video. They were moving.
I moved the video to another one. This is
Oh,
space flight, NASA.
they were moving.
Oh.
It looks like orbital pad A.
Blue Origin, I think will try to launch in an hour and a half
They're going to
from
try.
Cañaveral, Cape Cañaveral. No, this is all video. Mm. There is fire somewhere. Is fire? No, the gas.
Yeah, that looks like they're venting something off, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's not fire. It's just the sunset in the smoke, I guess. You know. We don't need an explosion now. Mhm.
That does look like fire. But it looks like they're venting something out of the side of it. I don't know what that would be. Neat stuff. So I messed with the large language model a little bit more this week, but I have nothing new to show. Basically, I tried to make it a little better for controlling the robot, but not really much different. Messed with that for a little bit. And it's still playing around with the paper.
E-paper.
E-paper. The M5 stack paper S3. Their newer one. You got the old one and the new one.
Mhm. Lighter, smaller the screen a little bit.
It's the same size. It's the same size screen, but they've changed the bezel.
Mhm.
They don't have the groove connectors there. The groove connectors are on the back side now. You got to cut part of the label to get to them. They still have the SD card. It's in a different spot. They don't have the dial anymore,
Mhm.
the switch anymore. It's all touchscreen. So it's thinner.
Is touch screen?
It's touchscreen.
Okay.
It's also a little tiny bit taller. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
actually see, but it's definitely thinner. This is directly driven, and this one has a driver chip to control it. But I did play around with it a little bit and found that even though this uses a different driver, the the libraries do kind of sort of translate to each other, and you can almost just change a couple of libraries and make it work. Almost, not quite, but almost. And it pretty much fits in the same little 3D printed
Yeah.
case. Almost. Um Battery life on this seems to be really, really good. Battery life on this was excellent, but this is it's getting older, so the batteries are getting weaker. I've had to charge it more and more recently. Like right now it says it's at 28%, and I just charged the stupid thing like a couple weeks ago, so that used to last months on a single charge. And come on every hour and update the weather and go right back off again. But a couple weeks ago, I charged it up again and it's at 28%. So batteries are definitely getting weaker in it. But I think the library that they've went with is probably better. It's more of a universal library for e-paper, for e-ink, and it's probably a better library overall. So pretty fun. And I was able to get pictures to show up.
You see the Starship?
No, I missed it. What happened?
No, I think in your screen there is a Starship.
Oh, yes, yes. That's the Orville. That's the Orville. Yeah.
Yeah. Very smooth lines.
And remember, it's been a while. I was trying to get like the that XC web comic thing to show up in a on one of the e-papers, and I couldn't get it to resize right. And what a difference a library makes, because I got it to work on this one. So I'm getting ready to load a different sketch up. As soon as it compiles. There we go. Now it's compiling. Now it's doing its thing.
Okay.
Probably going to be oriented wrong. There it is. So it formatted it to fit the screen as
It's
best it
current
could.
as of this morning.
Yeah, it's grabbing the whatever the one for the day is, and it'll shut itself off and just sit there and wait 24 hours and turn it back on and do the whole thing over again.
I have a script that checks every 4 hours and pulls down the latest one.
Do they change it every 4 hours?
No, don't change it every day either.
Okay.
Okay, bad news. They lost the Starship.
They
Really?
lost. Where
Yeah.
did it go?
No, they
Probably
confirmed
in the
that
ocean someplace.
it's in the news.
They lost it. Okay.
28 minutes ago, Starship spacecraft failed.
Interesting.
So that would have been the payload on the booster,
Yeah,
not the
the,
booster itself.
Oh, the
the booster was
booster.
okay. The booster did wonderful, but the spaceship, they lost the Starship.
Starship.
It doesn't deliver any data. They need to figure out what's going on, what happened.
That's not a problem they've had in the past. They've always had
No.
pretty reliable communication with it, haven't they?
So something wrong happened, really bad.
Well, hopefully it doesn't come crashing through my roof. That would be bad.
I think whatever's going to happen is already done.
Yes.
The They say that some engines stop before the the planet point, but they lost communication after that.
Hmm.
That's why we don't see anything about the spaceship.
But they caught the gas tank.
That's
Don't
still
touch.
impressive.
Yeah, definitely so.
Uh, they've had some communication blackouts before, but I don't recall them ever actually just losing contact with it completely. That they didn't know what was going on.
So they don't know where it is.
Well, it could be halfway to Mars by now. No, I'm kidding.
Falling in the ocean.
Hmm.
When will be the in-person meeting?
Uh,
Next one?
February,
No.
February, something. February
In
6th.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Well, the
3
next in
weeks.
person though is at,
Three,
at
3 weeks ahead.
midpoint.
3 weeks ahead.
Yeah. The next in person is still going to be at Midpoint, and then the following in person will be at the new library. So everybody needs to come to the new library and check out the new library.
But not next week.
But not next. No, no.
No,
Well,
Well,
I mean, you can go and check it out if you want. I won't be there,
yeah.
but it's a nice library. You, if you're down that way, you should go and check it out. I mean, we're virtual for the next 2 weeks. Then February 6th, we still have the room at Midpoint. Then the 13th is at Mason. And then we need to decide what we're doing because I haven't booked any rooms anywhere for anything. So
Well,
Reminds
all
me.
I can tell you is I'm not doing this on the telephone again.
I don't blame you. The few times that I've had to use the phone to do it, it's just a pain to do. It's
Well, my problem, and this is not particularly bad problem, but the camera is above my bifocals, so um, I can't look at the camera and look at the picture. I end up giving everybody a good view of my nostrils,
I
and my worry is that some of you may enjoy that.
no.
Not
No,
likely.
I I mean I used my phone last week to walk around the room, but and
Yep.
turned it off immediately afterwards because I just the the interface for the phone just leaves a lot to be desired. It's kind of clunky.
Well, it's also a much different aspect ratio.
Yeah. Yeah. Um I can almost live with the aspect ratio being different, but just having to hit a bunch of things on the screen to even get to the camera to turn it on in the first place is it should be simple. It should be right there.
Well, as I said, I don't know whether any of you could see me or not when I first got into this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I that's the other usually you can only see the speaker view on on the phone. There's only one view or I don't think you can see everybody at the same time like you can on the desktop.
Yeah. Right now, I don't need to see myself as being 95% of the screen, and that's what it is. I'd rather see, uh, uh, I know where I am, I know who I am, and I know what I'm saying. So I don't need to see that on a reflection in the mirror.
Right.
And on my phone, the only person that I have visible besides myself is Leroy. And so I do miss the format and such.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably a limitation of screen real estate though. I mean the phone's so much smaller, so
Yeah. Of the screen on my phone, approximately 40% of it is black. So it's not using the real estate that's available.
nope. No, it's a clunky experience. It works in a pinch, but it's not one that you want to experience.
Yeah. Well, and the other part of this that's frustrating for me tonight is I fired up my old laptop and is asking me for my um, login to get to Yahoo, to get to the link, to bring it up. And it's like, oh man, I've got a printout of all these and I can find page one of 2 pages. Next time I will not log in to or join the meeting without having a computer.
Eh.
So,
I understand.
Well, gentlemen, I am going to bow out of this nasty telephone experience.
I think we all understand that too.
Okay.
Oh, hopefully
Good night.
you'll be all right next week. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Bye.
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 What is this? Creating the
The
speed test,
script
the
that
script.
generates that graphic.
Cool. I will copy that. That will go in my
It won't change.
that will go
I
in
broke
my
it while we were here in the meeting
well, don't
and
do
fixed it.
that.
I updated the fast CLI command and it promptly stopped working. So I had to uninstall the update and install an older version.
Vicente just had starships flying past his face.
I just trying
What
to
did
use the functionality of the meeting application.
um yeah,
Raise your hand.
I I was going
Lower your hand.
and there goes starships. I was going to swear that because I said that I got it working, this was not going to work this time. So
So once it's got an image, just unplug it, step away.
the only one it worked, but there was a 4-panel image. It just made it really small and you couldn't read it. So but all the single panel images work really well on that. And the other thing I was going to say about this was, and compared to the old one, this thing has really, really good strong magnets in it. So if you wanted to put
Hmm.
this on the refrigerator, it wouldn't slide down. See,
As it slides down.
that's the old one. This is the new one.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Now you can get the old one to stay, but you have to just kind of ask it really, really nice, and it's not going to it's not going to play.
The stronger magnet under it.
Weak weak magnets, nice strong magnets. They definitely heard what users were saying and said, okay, we can make this better. This is also cheaper. This one's still like $70. This one's like 60. I mean, it's not much cheaper, but it's cheaper. I don't know if I believe my weather forecast. My weather forecast says that it's supposed to be 40 overnight.
Really?
That's what it says. I don't know if I believe that. But Saturday it's supposed to be 8 degrees and -2 degrees. So desktop app pretty much says the same. No, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Pretty much says the same thing. 40 degrees tomorrow. I don't know. And then Saturday it's supposed to be snowy. These e-paper displays from Lily Go and M5, they're really starting to, I'm really starting to have fun with them. They're neat little displays, and they're not horrible in price. Okay. Why didn't it work?
It's Batman.
Well, that's cool.
We could just load up a bunch of Batman images and stick them all over Vicente's house.
Mhm.
This is a text scroll demo. So, you know how
That's pretty responsive.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Most of the time it has to refresh and do a bunch of stuff to, like I said, what a difference a library makes.
Got a link for that?
Yeah. Well, this is part of the M5 GFX library. It's just their demo.
I meant the hardware.
Oh, the hardware. M5stack.com.
Okay.
They're out of they're currently sold out of it, but
Of course.
of course, I got the last one probably ever.
E-paper.
The only thing that I don't particularly care about the way this particular demo works is the background is always black. I cannot figure out any way to not have the background being black.
Strange.
Ooh, $60.
Yep. And it was sold out this morning.
It is.
Yeah.
No, no delivery, right?
Do I?
How much the
It was
deliver?
it was $59. And yeah, I think there was
Even.
Out of stock.
I bought mine. I found it on AliExpress for the same price, but I think they're sold out on AliExpress now too. So see, even if I change the background color of the text, it's still inside of a black bar.
Hmm.
And I cannot figure out how to get rid of the black bar. But the way this scroll thing works is it's setting up um
You have the source code of that.
yeah.
I think is the last parameter of the function print or whatever, maybe 0 or 1, depending on if you want black on white or white on black
The create sprite doesn't have anything. There is a set color depth, but I have changed that to a half a dozen different numbers and it always comes up black.
stroke or background.
See, it turns this little area into a sprite.
Okay.
And I don't know. The push sprite thing only has, let's see. Let's see if it will compile. I added a third parameter to push sprite, but I don't think it will compile.
You can invert the output.
Well, I told it to invert the display and it still does it. Let's see what happens. Nothing. I get nothing. So if I put a third parameter of 0, it displays nothing at all for the sprite. Oh, wow, that really messed things up. If I put 1,
Mhm. Okay.
so that really messed things up. I don't know who that is. Maybe if I create, maybe it's in the create sprite. Nope, create sprite does not have a third parameter. So I don't know. With no parameters, it does what it's supposed to do. It's about that time, and I'm sure dinner is somewhere for somebody, and maybe even me.
Okay.
We are, like I said, we are virtual next week, so hopefully I'll see everybody again next week. And
Okay.
maybe over the week we'll figure out what happened to Starship. So
Okay.
I will
They
see
found it.
everybody. You found it?
No,
No,
no.
no. I'll
Bye-bye.
see everybody
See
later.
you.
Take care.
Good
Bye.
night.
Have a good week.
You too.